Disclaimer, all stunts performed in this video are done in a controlled professional environment where no one is able to get hurt.
YouTube, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy John LSX. I got carried away and I started taking apart the SEMA build. Let's go ahead and check it out. We have a real man's piñata right here. We got the 4.8 out of the SEMA build. The reason why I went ahead and took it off is to paint it and clean it. Put gaskets from top to bottom brand new. Front cover, rear cover, all that good stuff. And of course, we're going to be painting it as well para que se mire bien placosón at SEMA. Esta madre trae más masa que los dientes de mi compa Chulo. Check it out. Shit. And we can't forget about the 4L Slippy right here. So the plans with the SEMA build right here, you guys, is we'll go ahead and take apart the transmission, convert into a 4L65 stage 2 or 3, since this is going to be a boosted build. And with the block, like I mentioned on my previous videos, I'm just gonna leave it as is. The only thing I am gonna be upgrading is gonna be to beehive springs and just resealing it from top to bottom. I'm not gonna do no ring gap, and we're planning on doing about 10 PSI of boost. So we're just gonna leave it as is, not mess with it. Just clean it up, because no, hombre, look at that. See if the camera focuses. Es su madre. So clean it, replace the oil pan, because you guys know my homie Johan, he decided to lift it up from the oil pan and he cracked it. So that's why there's a little bit of oil right there on the ground. And then on this side, we have the turbo manifold, the water pump, the intercooler, charged pipes, blow valve, the grill right here, headlight brackets. Man, the whole garage is a mess. We got the TBSS ported manifold right here, and all these boxes right here are all the goodies that Evo Energy sends over for the build, and we still have the rack still filled up with parts remaining. So all this stuff right here is for the build as well. But enough talking, let's go ahead and check out the SEMA build. So I went ahead and removed the motor, transmission, engine harness. Basically that's left is just the frame. And we are going to be swapping this frame out to the brand new frame that's painted red and swapping it over. I am going to clean the engine bay. Now I'm very decisive if I should shave the bay. The wrap is completely done. That's on the way here shortly. But check it out. Aquí está. Extra parts in the back. We got a Street Concept wing for this truck as well. Shout out to my primo Street Concept for always coming through. I believe this one right here is the Crespo style, if I'm not mistaken. What you guys think? Up next, what we got to do is basically go pick up an engine stand for my Chalan Chiquilin. He's not here today because I don't know if I told you guys in my last previous videos, his mom passed away. Then he had to go see the viewing, and now they're getting ready to do the burial. Not only that, when we came back from SenCal, I don't know if he picked up something heavy or what was the case, but when you pick something up, you're not supposed to twist with the item on your hand. So I guess he messed up his lower back and he was at the hospital. So hopefully my boy Chiquilin recovers here shortly. And my condolences to him and his family for, you know, losing his mom. So what we got to do is go pick up an engine stand, some oven cleaner, clean this all up, and then start taking the covers from the front, back, and the bottom, valve covers, all that good stuff, because we are going to be resealing this motor and also painting it. wondering what I'm using, it's called Car Lavo Pro, the TW12 HD truck wash. So it's basically a degreaser. Check it out. Yes, sir. That's what I'm cleaning all the covers with. The front, the rear, and then the valley cover as well. So far, it's eating up all the dirt, oil, and grime. Working its magic. And then I'm just using this as a spray bottle right here, but it's the same thing out of here. And then just pressure washing that puppy up. The engine bay came out pretty clean, can't complain. Ahorita le voy a dar otra pasada real quick con ese spray también. And then I'm not worried about the frame, you guys, because we are going to be swapping out the frame. Everything in this truck is going to be brand new from the ground all the way to the top. So new frame, new suspension all the way around. Springs, shocks, drop spindles, upper and lower control arm, flip kit, everything's going to be brand new. And then right here we have the 4.8. Went ahead and cleaned it off. If you guys are probably wondering, how do you know if it's a 4.8? When you have factory OEM head gaskets, it tells you what it is right there. 4.8 right there. So they never cracked this motor open, the original owners. But I'm thinking about switching the heads to 243 heads, lower down the compression so we could bump up the boost. And then put in some ARP head studs, all that good stuff. New seals from the bottom to the top. You name it, we still gotta tap the oil pan for the turbo oil return. But ahí va, check it out. So I went ahead and put a new oil pump, cleaned out the windows tray, and picked up 2 new O-ring as well. No, I did not open it and shim it up. That's just a myth. Even melting itself shows you how to properly install these. So we went ahead and cleaned up the cover as well. New gasket all the way around. Painted it nicely silver. I add a little bit of RTV around so we have no leakage at all. The only thing you have to do now is just install the cover, and yes, there's some special tools that you need to do this. And one thing I forgot to mention, always remember to clean out the ports, the holes, the threads. You don't want any water or oil in there because it could potentially crack the block. Just go ahead and clean them all off. Make sure there's no dirt, water, anything inside. Check out all the oil that came out. It's all right here. Yep, right there. So always make sure to double check your work clean. And now the cover is ready to install. So this tool right here is going to help you center it. And then this one's going to help you line it at the bottom. And that's the tool that you need to install the front cover. This exact tool is what's going to help you install the seal as well. This one goes right here. It mimics the oil pan, so it's nice and flush at the bottom. And this one mimics the harmonic balancer. Make sure it's nice and centered. You need these 2 tools. I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this up. Out with the old lifters and trays, and in with the new lifter trays. New OEM LS7 lifters right here, Delphi. Check it out. All you have to do is put them in there. The way I put the little oil holes is in between. See the camera focus. One hole right there. It's like one right there, that one right there, and so on and so forth. This set right here is ready to install. Just have to repeat the same process on the remaining 3 trays. Slide them in and then torque it to spec. I'm almost done and complete with this 4.8. Check it out. Budget build, nothing too crazy. The only thing I'm doing is upgrading the lifters, oil pump, clean the pistons, new gaskets from top to bottom, and replacing this barbell right here, the one right here at the bottom. This one, replacing it with the billet one, double O-ring. And then that would raise up the oil pressure as well. And since this is going to be turboed, we need all the oil pressure for the turbo, for the oil cooler, all that good stuff. One side is done, and all I have to do is repeat the same process on the remaining 2 lifter trays for the opposite side. Nicely installed. The only thing I'm going to do is clean these bolts, torque it to spec. And the package I've been waiting for all day finally came. I don't know what happened to the box during shipping, but finally the Beehive springs came for the 243 heads. Check it out. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and unbox this puppy up and see the Beehive springs for the turbo build. So this right here is the Michigan Motorsports, the 550 springs. Where's the 550? That's the spring rate on these springs. The reason why we're upgrading them on the 243 heads is because when creating boost, your valves will flow and you'll eventually drop a valve. So upgrading these to the 550 on a stud cam is highly recommended, and that's what we're doing on the 4.8. So far we got new LS7 OEM lifters, lifter trays, new oil pump, new gaskets for the front and the top as well. We still got to do the rear main seal, brand new gaskets and the oil pan. Swap these out on the 243 799 heads and then slap on the head. So far I got the head gaskets on there on both sides, and these are the heads right here. Shout out to my uncle for doing the machine work on them. These are 243 799 heads. As you can see, these are the stock springs. We got to remove those and upgrade into the 550 lift, which are these right here. Yes, I know they look the same, but the spring rate on them changes. That's the difference between the two. So remove these springs, install these springs onto these heads, and then slap the heads on. But check it out. Look at that. Chulada. Ahí quedó. Real definition of built, not bought. All the work done by me, myself, and I went ahead and swapped out the springs. Here are the old ones. Check them out. The new ones are fully installed from top to bottom. Now I could go ahead and slap on the head. No, it does not matter which side you put the head on. It could go on this side or this side. They're the same thing. Nothing changes. But the center's right here, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it right here towards the passenger side. This one's ready to get installed. I still have one more to do, swap out the springs. Let's go ahead and install this one real quick. Here's a little update, you guys. Before I drop the camera and pick it up tomorrow, waiting for the knock sensors to arrive. After that, we're gonna put the TVSS manifold back and then tap the oil pan for the turbo drain and then install the hardened push rods. But here she is, ahí quedó, bolted up. The only thing I have to do is torque these down to 28 foot-pounds and that's it. And then the head studs are torqued 30, 50 and the final pass of 75 all the way around. I don't go all the way to 90 like other people do. Just like that, 30, 50, and 75. Ahí quedó. But with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the camera tomorrow when I get the remaining parts like I mentioned. I'll see you guys on the next clip. All right, chat, it is the next following day. It's time to continue on the little 4.8 that we're building for the SEMA truck, and it is going to be boosted. Let's go see what's left to continue. So far, I got the rockers arm just nice and snug. We do have to torque these down. Check it out, brand new heads, todo. I'm also washing the valve covers right there and also the water pump. The water pump is good. So the only thing we're gonna do is probably paint the valve covers and the water pump so it looks nice and clean. And one also thing that I did is I went ahead and slapped on the oil pan. We have it tapped right here for the return. And then on the opposite side is where we're gonna be sourcing our feed for our turbo and the feed for the engine cooler itself. Let's go ahead and torque these down. I'm gonna leave all the torque specs right here so you guys know. And then when you torque them down, you do have to spin the crank, and whichever one is loose, you go ahead and double tighten it. So make sure double torque it so you make sure you have a nice torque specs on all rockers arms. These are the stock rocker arms. I'm not gonna upgrade to the Trunnion upgrade because this truck right here, I'm not planning on revving it over 6,000 RPM. Just enough so we could break loose the tires and do burnouts with the truck. So let's go ahead and torque these down real quick. So went ahead and torqued all these rocker arms out to 22 foot-pounds. Same deal on this side, 22 foot-pounds. Spin the motor and whichever one is loose, not loose, but has play. As you can see, some are already compressed. This one's not compressed. So you spin the motor till this one's down, this one's up, and then retorque it to 22 foot-pounds. These two are closed, open, close, close, close. So that's the way it goes. And these right here are the clean valve covers. You guys are probably wondering, why do we have two that are the same? And to answer that question is because I'm gonna be using two fittings from Evo Energy, one right here and one right there. That's gonna help us attach our oil catch can from one cylinder head to the other, straight to the catch can. No welding required, it's just a fitting that's gonna sit right there. But for now, let's go ahead and spray these, paint them so they match the block, and then I'll show you those fittings. And then we also have another fitting that I'm gonna show you from Evo Energy as well, which is gonna be for the oil cooler and the turbo feed. But anyways, let's go ahead and spray these. It's crazy what a little bit of paint does. We are here, we have the before and after. Pretty clean. I still got this one to do. Once I do this one, I gotta clean it up a little bit more around these areas right here. And then it should look like that once we're done. I still gotta spray some clear over this. But check it out, what you guys think? Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and clean this one up. Spray clear on this one so we can slap these puppies on the brand new heads. Valve covers are finally done. Check them out, nice and dry. They came out perfectly fine. Matches the bottom block as well. One thing we got to do is put the passenger side on or the driver's side, depending on which way you're looking at it. Probably wondering, why am I using two of the same valve covers? And here's the answer to that question. So right here, we're going to install this fitting right here from Evo Energy. One right here, and then the second one right here. Don't mind the mess in the background, I've been working. What these two fittings right here allow me to do is to run a catch can. So we got one port right here, 10 AN, and another port right here, 10 AN. And we'll get to this one as well, also from Evo Energy. Let's go ahead and finish installing this last valve cover on the driver's side or passenger side, whichever way you're looking at it. And there you have it, nicely installed, brand new gasket. The reason why I did this is because I don't have an aluminum welder. So I just got me another valve cover at the junkyard, cleaned it up nicely inside and out, brand new gasket, and installed the fitting from Evo Energy. Now let's go ahead and move on to this fitting right here. Where does this fitting go? It goes right here. So these two connections right here are gonna be for the engine cooler, and right here, this one's gonna be for the turbo feed. So this is gonna feed oil to the turbo. This is gonna go out, oil going out into the cooler, getting cooled and coming back into the engine. But to install it, you got to remove these two 10s right here. Let's go ahead and set this up real quick so we can install it. But first, we got to remove this one, two 10s. Two 10s, go ahead and remove them. One, two. Go ahead and clean this area up. You could use brake cleaner, but this engine has no oil, just a little bit from the lifters, because I did go ahead and install brand new OEM LS7 lifters, and you got to pre-soak them. So now what you got to do is grab your fitting. Don't forget your gasket. Go ahead and install it. There you go. Now the top fitting is dash 10 AN. Make sure you put the little O-rings around it and it screws on top. One being right here. And the second one right here. We got our two fittings for the engine cooler, and then we have our feed right here for the turbo as well. Brand new, shout out to Evo Energy, unreleased product right there. This port and this port are for the catch can. That's for the engine cooler and the turbo feed. And then we have the turbo drain right here, the oil going back to the pan right there. And just so there's no confusion, this right here is the line for the turbo feed. This will be connecting to the top of the turbo. So right here, we're gonna grab a straight or maybe a 90, let me see, right here, a 90. So this fitting right here will connect to the bottom of the other fitting around this area. And now we have our feed, which the line will connect here, loop around. And since the turbo hangs around this area, it will connect somewhere right here. And then this is the line for it as well. 4 AN, and like I mentioned, big shout out to the one and only Evo Energy. All the products come with instructions and a sticker and the tools. So this is the feed. So in total, we're gonna have 3 coolers, one for the engine, one for the trans, and one for the power steering, and then the catch can, and then the turbo feed, and then the drain connecting straight to the bottom, which connects from the bottom of the turbo to the bottom of the oil pan, if that makes sense. Decided to close the door because it started to get windy outside. Here's an update. Painted the hot side of the turbo, as you could see. Painted the hot side, also painted the cold side of the turbo. Also went ahead and installed the V-band. Here's the part number if you guys are wondering. Evo Energy, this is a 3.5 V-band. So all we have to do is go out and purchase the 3-inch up pipe, and then the 44mm up pipe for the wastegate itself. And then right here we have another package from Evo Energy. Shout out to Evo Energy. There's gonna be all the fittings right here for the 10AN. So we're gonna use all these 45s and 90s, these straights. We're gonna save the straights and just use what we have right now. And then I'm gonna place another order for more 10AN fittings because we are gonna be needing a lot of fittings. Let's go ahead and install them real quick so you guys know where exactly I'm gonna be using those fittings and the line. So we're gonna go ahead and install one right here. It's gonna be for the catch can. So one fitting is gonna sit just like that right here. It's gonna go over the intake manifold, and then it's gonna connect straight to the catch can, vice versa on this side. Another 90 for this valve cover. There she is, a 90 here, a 90 here. This is going to be for the catch can itself. This one, and this one's gonna be for the turbo drain, which we have one at the bottom on the oil pan. The hose from this end all the way up to this end right here using this one. And that's gonna be our drain. That's 4AN for the turbo feed, which is gonna go over and connect right here at the bottom. These two fittings right here are gonna connect to the engine cooler itself. So we also have to add 2 additional 10AN fittings right here as well. And then the lines are gonna go straight and connect towards the engine cooler. These are nice and tight. This one's nice and tight. This one's gonna be -4, 10, 10, and then turbo drain is gonna be 10. All the fittings and parts are from Evo Energy. I have one more package before I wrap up today's video. It's gonna be the coil packs. Let's go ahead and check them out. These are the new ignition coils, and they do come with instructions. Everything that they sell and offer at the website at ievoenergy.com always comes with a sticker and instructions. So here they are. These are the ignition coils for this build. Basically, we have the before, and then we have the brand new ones right here, the afters. So the only thing you gotta do is remove the 110 right here, the 10 on top, and go ahead and place these on. But first I have to clean that puppy up because the bracket itself is kind of dirty and oily. Got the coil pack bracket nicely installed. The only thing you have to do is just grab the coil pack and install it just like that, held on by 2 10s, one at the top. So let's go ahead and put this one on real quick and I'll show you how it looks like. There she is, the 4.8 is finally done and complete. We have the Evo Energy coil packs, Evo Energy fittings, crank bolt, we have the turbo drain, turbo feed, the V-band. Yes, sir. Check it out, you guys. Finally done with the 4.8. My other burnout truck as well is a 4.8. Now the SEMA build as well is gonna be a 4.8. Can't complain, really like how everything turned out. One thing left to do is just gonna be the water pump, the lines for the fittings, and installing the harmonic balancer, and then that'll be it. All the work done by me, myself, and I. And with that being said, you guys, don't forget to smash that like, comment down below. All the parts will be linked down in the description. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.